Originally, I was drawn to the story by a book by David Gran, which delineates this extraordinary tragedy in American history that I really knew nothing about. And the script was given to me, and this was in 2017. I understood immediately that trying to approach this material, particularly the nature of this tragedy, one would have to do it from the point of view, the Osage, and not the Osage as victims, but as people, to really get to know who they are, to understand as much as possible the values and their appreciation of the world around them in the life. And so at one point, while we were working on finishing the film Irishman, we talked about where is the heart of the story. Systemized kind of racist tragedy occurred, and yet many of the white people that were there who were perpetrating it were still very good friends with some of the Osage. So what is that about as part of being a human being? And Leo said, well, what about Ernest, the character who, Ernest Burkhart, whom he plays in the film now? He was going to play another character. He said, what about him? Because he's married to Molly. He had to have had something to do with these murders. We don't know what to this day. And yet, she stayed with him. And I said, well, she loved him, and he loved her. Did he really love her? I think he did. Is he weak, strong, whatever, and he was manipulated by his uncle? Okay, we know all that. But by going into the love story, which, by the way, was more than hinted at, but was explained to me by the Osage themselves. They said, don't forget, this is they were in love, Ernest and Molly. And I said, well, let's find out how. I don't know how people could be in love. You know, I can't describe that. It's just that we can't express it. But there's something, a bond between the two of them where she trusted and trusted to the very end. And I think that's part of the tragedy of trusting people who come from a culture where we think we're superior. And we think the other cultures have to be, I'm American European, so it's the European culture, the Western culture is superior, so everything else gets wiped out. It's not that simple, because there are values there, and it's part of the human condition. And so for us, this project was something that, as you say, shine a light, certainly, on this time in history. And coincidentally, in 1921, while this was happening in Pawhuska and in Fairfax, Tulsa was burning. It was the Black Wall Street was going. And we didn't know anything about that until a couple of years ago. And so this was systematic, you know. The country was made by white Europeans. That's it. Yeah, but the democracy and freedom for all and the pursuit of happiness for all, you see. This is what we wanted to get into. And the only way I thought we could do it was to go to the heart of it, really. I was going to say minimalist in a way. Go from the center and then come out, not from the outside in.